Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Carpool Conversations, where we have conversations with interesting people. Super excited about our guest today. I'm about to pick him up. I think some of you will know this individual. Some of you may not, but we're going to have a conversation with him, and it's going to be good. What's up, man?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
I thought that was you driving around the parking lot for a couple minutes, but
That's me, doing my thing.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself for those of you watching that might not know anything about you.
So my name is Nate. I grew up in the Heights Baptist Church my whole life. So I was there for 20 years. I was there for like 18. Then I went to Liberty. My dad's a pastor there. Ronnie West. Give him some trouble for me. And then my brother Jordan, you'll see him up on stage singing. He has like my hair, but it's not as good. So that's him.
First question I gotta ask.
Oh, okay.
Do pineapples belong on pizza?
I think so, but it has to be specific ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't like sausage on pizza. I know, fight me. I don't know, sausage just tastes weird on pizza. But pineapples on a specific pizza, like pineapple in, like, am I wrong to say bacon or something?
Okay.
Is it that? No.
That's Hawaiian, yeah.
Hawaiian, yeah, like Hawaiian pizza is good. One of my favorite pizzas to make. Y'all are gonna be like, what? I love to get pizza that has barbecue sauce instead of marinara.
Okay.
And then chicken and banana peppers. Try it. Don't judge me, just try it. It's good. Kind of like Hawaiian pizza. But yes,
I love that.
Absolutely.
So,
Put it on.
I think, is Hawaiian pizza bacon or is it ham? Pineapple and ham.
I think it's pineapple and ham. And
Okay.
yes, I'm for that.
Okay.
Absolutely for that. I don't think olives should be on pizza. That is
Okay.
something I'm against.
I would agree, although I do like olives.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan
They're
of
pretty
olives, but just on pizza, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That or mushrooms.
You've been to a lot of summer camps that we've hosted.
Yeah.
What's like a favorite memory you've had from summer camp?
Oh, goodness. One of my favorite memories from camp. Oh, goodness. I thought it was really cool. One time when we had like a band come by that my family knew pretty well. What were they called? December Radio. They came by and that was pretty cool. It was like a nasty like thunderstorm. Apparently there was a tornado nearby, but they still came and then played, and that was like so random. I think it was because we had something else planned or something, and then I don't know. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I do remember how impactful the prayer times were. Something that we did on pretty much all of the camps was like a prayer room, and I remember that being really impactful because you just had time to be quiet and to really process everything that you had learned that week. And I remember like when I was in high school, I was probably in 9th grade, and I remember one of my best buddies came out of the room because they sent us in groups.
Yep.
And I was sitting out there waiting, and I just didn't expect it from him, but he came out bawling, and I just was like, what is going on? And he just came up and hugged me, and I don't know, just see how God worked through those times where like we could just take everything that we learned and then just be at a time to be vulnerable with God intentionally. That was some of my favorite memories too. So just those in general were really impactful, as well as some of the fun stuff. Like some of the games were really funny. Fun. Oh, or the time that there was a time where I
remember that
during games, and my mom decided that the best thing for me to do would be to jump in like a cold pool, but apparently that's like the exact opposite of what you're supposed to do. So I had like a heat stroke or something. It was bad.
Oh man.
Great memory.
Is cereal a soup?
Okay, so I have to quote my citations. Kevin Cole from Percival Baptist Church. This is for you. We had this conversation when I was interning with their church. Miss you guys. We talked about cereal being soup, and we decided that because soup is typically broth and it has like, it doesn't have any milk base or anything.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it soup, but I do believe that cereal is a breakfast chowder.
Breakfast chowder.
Yes.
Okay, a couple things. One, there are soups that are milk-based.
Yeah, they're chowder.
Like potato soup.
But that's like chowder.
Okay, well, it's still a soup, isn't it?
Okay, I would consider cereal more of a chowder than I would soup. So I would say no soup, yes chowder. Because when you look at soup, most of the time it's like broth, and then like you have potato soup, but come on. Like, that's just like an imposter. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever put Gatorade in a cereal bowl with cereal and ate it?
No, but I try it. Have you? You do that every year?
Only at summer camp.
Only at summer camp.
Yeah.
Do they get
instead
excited?
Instead of milk, I put Gatorade.
It's like one morning or every morning?
Usually every morning.
Every morning?
Have you ever tried it? You shouldn't.
I mean, I said I would try it.
Okay. All right. So you grew up in our youth ministry.
I did.
What did you do in our youth ministry?
So when I first got into the youth ministry in 6th grade, I was in the middle school band. Yeah. We were like the backup band that was used on the side. It was great. We had so many students who wanted to be part of the youth band. So we had a middle school band and a high school band. And so I started in the middle school band and I played guitar. I attempted to. Was never great at it, but I did it. And then when I got into high school, my brother started, he was at Liberty, and he started coming back and helping out the youth ministry with the worship team. And so I was on the team, and he told me, all right, Nate, well, you're going to have to start singing because we don't have a male singer. And I'm like, well, what? And I had never done it before, so I started. And from then on, I was on stage leading worship, playing acoustic guitar, and did that for all of my time in youth ministry. Yeah. In youth ministry, either on stage playing guitar, or in my high school years, I sang and played guitar.
So how has serving when you were in middle school and high school, how's that impacted like your view of church or your relationship with God?
I would say, studies have proven that students who serve in the church stay in the church, and so I think that definitely encouraged students that I knew to come to church, and I also saw myself included, like, excited to come to church. I was excited to come serve. I was excited to be a part of something and not just kind of just participate, but I got to help out. And so I know that impacted me and just gave me more of a desire to come to church because I was involved. And yeah, it just made a huge difference for me. Because I don't know, for me, I like to be involved, and I like to do those things. So to have the ability to be able to serve really made a difference. So,
what would you tell middle school or high school Nate?
I would say one of the biggest things was trust the Lord's timing, because we tend to. I don't know. I have the attention span of a pickle, but like we always want things now, like we want it right now, and when we don't get the answer that we want in the time that we want, we become frustrated. And so I found so many times in my time of youth where, I mean, even now, where I wanted God to answer like a prayer or answer, like, just help me understand something that was going on in my life, and I just struggled because he didn't answer it in the time that I wanted, or he didn't answer it at all. And that made things really hard. It also created anger and frustration with God. There was a period in my life where I was very angry because there was just so much going on in my life that I didn't get answers on. And because I wasn't getting the answers and I felt like I needed them that moment, I was just so frustrated at God, and that really, honestly, that created so many issues. And so I would say, for my like middle school / high school age, I wish I would have trusted God, all of his timing, because when I look back, I can see how God worked in my life in different ways. And sometimes it was, within a week, sometimes it was a couple years. And then it hit me and I'm like, wow, I see what God did there. And you don't really understand that until it really happens for you. You hear people say that, you hear how it's like, oh, well, his timing's different. Someone who has always been like, what is our time to him when he says like, oh, I'm coming back soon. That's what Jesus said. Like, I'm coming soon. Like, what is soon to God when God has always been around? Like, to us, soon is like tomorrow. But to God, what does that mean? And so his timing is perfect. And so I wish that I trusted his timing more than I did, because that created so many different issues.
What is your hope for this generation? You said you work with middle school and high school students now. You used to be one, but what's your hope for this generation?
I would say a win for me would to see them still active in the church after they graduate. They're, what is it, like 80%, 90%? I don't even know. I've seen so many reviews of how many students don't return to church after they graduate. So I think a win for me would to see the students that are in the ministry I'm serving in to stay in the church after they graduate, and that would be a win. But I also want to see them not only just like still continue in church, but I want to see disciples. I want to see disciples who are growing in the Lord, who are serving, who are in the Word daily, who are praying daily, who are sharing their faith daily. That's what I want to see in a student. But I think an absolute win for me would to see them still pursuing God after they leave high school, because after you graduate high school, then it's like, for a lot of us, is it our faith or is it our family's faith? And that's something I battled with. And so to see them stay at the church and continue to grow on their own, rather than like them just coming because their family makes them come, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. I love that.